I forgot about equipping equipment. This is where you can. This is where you can equip equipment. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about this part where you can like equip certain items to increase stats. I should have done that a long time ago.
Thoughts on Blythe?
Honestly, I think she's compensating for something with the size of that sword. If I had to guess, I'd say it's a severe lack of good, deep diggings in recent past.
What about Erok?
I'm gonna fuck him up right in the ass! Nothing else to say about that.
You have no idea.
Fucked us.
What a dick. If only we wiped the Lancunians out back in the day. They were on the Cloy's list. You know, the one with all the species we thought were too ugly to live.
How many species were on that list?
I don't know, maybe like 70%.
Of Prodigium?
You know, when I think about it, that number might actually be a bit on the low side.
Bridge. Akaya.
Anomaly found.
The giant hole through its core, its dominant feature of our Agen court. Legend says a vengeful god struck the planet after the people's desire to use firearms instead of traditional blades. Although tales fanciful. There have been architectural digs on the surface that uncovered evidence that a life once existed on this rock, once with tablets depicting a large four-armed entity wielding blades of light. Towns are dated to the millions of years old, present some kind of containment chamber. No skeletal remains were ever found. But one thing's for sure, something huge struck Agincourt, and it was indeed catastrophic.
Is the coast clear? Claws ready. What do you mean, Cap? What do you mean, Cap?
There we go. Mission complete. What's over here?
Anomaly found.
Double D was an experimental prototype ship with 2 highly volatile distortion cannons developed by the finest jet minds. The ship's purpose was to disable other ships in the vicinity, make it easier to board and loot. During the very first test flight, the crew soon recognized something was wrong. After one of the fire tests, the whole ship began to shake. According to eyewitness reports obtained by Fortune, a bright light then subsequently covered the ship, and it disappeared from existence, leaving behind the crew and hovering at the intimateness of space. Gonna kill these robots. Mission accomplished. Perfect.
Good shit, Captain. Sova, Sova, Sova!
Anomaly found.
By all accounts, the BBFS and Amiga should be the final remaining factory ship of the Boundary Breakers. A cyborg enhancement company with focus on self-defense had their heyday. They were one of the top 25 most profitable companies. Sources say they were dabbling in Mecca, where, before the great AI purge, eventually tanked their stock prices of a severely limited market. All their factories were dismantled and assembled under Empress Cassidora's orders, but this one seems to have escaped her claws. Cygnus. The civilization of Cygnus, abandoning the star of their birth, began their journey that would take tens of thousands of years to flee the utter destruction of their original sun. Incapable of FTL travel and lacking knowledge of any potential alien allies, used all their resources and scientific knowledge upon years of precise calculation to set course for Prodigium, their vessel, their very planet. But there is no way to truly calculate everything. Before long, tiny cracks started forming, little by little. But under travel, unable to keep up their increasing amount of problems, the sides crumbled. They too were doomed. Joining the system they had built so long ago, little cared for their loss. The geothermal plant still rumbling. The advanced calculation of their creators had ultimately succeeded at bringing them their new home. This is where Cygnus resides now, a stable orbit centuries-long orbit in the far reaches of an alien solar system. Ooh, got it.
This revolution stuff's
Alright, next. What is this?
Scanning.
Elfric. Ancient planet that appears to be as of yet unexplored due to its size and favorable atmospheric condition, combined with nutrient-rich topsoil. By means of its inhabitants were able to grow gigantic proportions, once life has yet evolved. There's potential for an intelligent species to emerge. Terrestrial beasts rule the land. Alright, let's go to Yagus next.
Scanning.
What's this? Mari. Other than being a home to some incredibly picturesque mountains and valleys, Mari is famous for a single geographic anomaly that exists atop a single plateau along its equator. This otherwise flat mountain top contains a pit in the center that emits extreme radiation from the bottom. It was initially discovered when an explorer noticed a gaping hole. Months later, he went to a customary shake and felt the growth, which was unaccustomed. Looking down, he noticed it was grown 5 times the size. The pit was known as the Widowmaker and attracted thousands of desperate, willing visitors to wish to know ultimate power. Got it. Mission accomplished.
Good shit, Captain!
Scanning.
Dalek claims that the unusual shape of the station is down to the fact that it is, in fact, a purpose battleship. Although Ricardo keeps no public records, Fortune was able to identify some exterior markings. Mr. Commander Aris Ronas, having Cypher's comms chatter from the last couple of months, Fortune claims the ship appears to have suffered ambush by a strike team that was rendered helpless for a while. Anyway, it appears the survivors aboard the ship managed to seal the halls. Mission in turbulence, General Blythe sent another ship to rescue the remaining personnel. Others decided not to abandon her former ship. Alright. Mission accomplished. There we go.
Yeah, good shit, Captain. And the crowd goes.
Scanning.
Egoing. A mysteriously silent gas, no mimics, rings, or extractor of any kind. Perhaps the Sinu have singled out this world for preservation. Oh shit, there's more? How much are they? Holy crap. Oh my god. Serious? Got it.
Anomaly found.
The tiny Europe is covered in dazzling beaches of bright blue sand that gives it the appearance of being almost entirely covered in water. Incredibly diverse and colorful fauna. It would be easily one of the top tourist destinations of Nebula if it weren't for the yummy fart crabs. These creatures have fart crabs. Oh my god. Got it. Mission accomplished.
Scanning.
Mortis. According to ancient star charts smuggled by Fortune, Mortis actually orbited a subchannel black hole at one point. Where the black hole in this system disappeared to, it was a guess. But the sign of the havoc it caused can still be seen. It was far more enough to avoid its atmosphere stripped away by singularity. Original inhabitants were tall, slender beings. The ocean colony was attempted to be underground caverns. Alright. Got it. Sanctus Penitentiary. Sanctus Penitentiary is a private prison. The house convicts from all over the convicts. It was founded by a man called L.L. Rodriguez who sought to maximize profits. Labor, unfortunately, the executive order and Empress led to the raid of the facility. Warren managed to evade capture, but his eternal greed and desperate led to import of a new source of labor. Entire crates full of infamous Smechkin, though it was miraculously successful. They became addicted to this caused. Oh, very interesting. An Angelo Fisherman gas kitchen, picturesque, often captured or distributed among various holonet forums. For price for nervous means, pirates are currently taking selfies. Oh, more of them over here. Got it.
This revolution stuff's pretty easy.
Relic is one of the Imperium core worlds and has a massive Teely population, which is a problem due to bots taking a liking. Since the Teely are not accustomed to violence taking place anywhere outside of the arena, they're currently running around freaking the fuck out, possibly meeting their end at the hands of the glitched out droids. The Imperium, not wanting a diplomatic incident on their hands, has overcompensated in their defensive countermeasures, and as a result there are currently massive billion-credit Imperium battleship chasing around their weaponized in Helix orbit. Alright, so next, Dryomus. There's 6 of them here. Here. Cool. Covered in oceans with only volcanic islands, this planet was once home to a simple civilization. Produced surviving structure that has been labeled off limits by the Imperium. Teams currently investigating leaks surfacing out of Blacknet claim that the temple contains ancient sculptures. Changes that seem to reduce remove inhibition. The final fate of the Krullan people is unknown, and so is the reason. Right. So something happened to the Krullan people.
Anomaly found.
Opa 4. A barren planet, tightly locked to its star. The Terminator region between the day and the night sides inhabitable. Due to harsh environment and the remote location, Opa 4 becomes a place only for those seeking to make a life for themselves. Before I've discovered structure made of unknown, durable alloy. Sans furthermore, some scientists have come to believe that Opa 4 is in fact a large spherical vessel. Supporting this idea is the planet's small yet diverse ecosystem. Preserved planets, we don't really know. Okay. Toot is... We'll do that one last since it has a quest. Once a galactic prison for many unsavory pirates, the block was known for its especially brutal containment policies. Even by Imperium side, no one was allowed to leave their cells. This precarious situation worked out until the Great Guards strike almost 500 years ago. Due to the strike, combined with the policy of zero release, the criminals were left to starve. Weeks without food left the prisoners screaming and crying. But none came to the bureaucracy and ability to supply replacement guards. When the wardens and the guards finally reached a new play agreement, only 6 prisoners of the original 7,000 survived. The Kino uncovered a story entering the galaxy-wide expose in what was once the greatest scandals in Castor's regency. The whole place was shut down, left dark and abandoned. There was an attempt to scavenge whatever was left. Speak of ghostly.
Mark the target. Fire away.
There we go. Easy.
Found.
It appears that this planet was once the borderline of habitable, and recent cosmic events have pushed it slightly too far. Chemical stored at plummeting temperatures have killed off the flora. Those that were relegated to poles quickly flourished across. This was a dangerous life environment suit must make it a planet ill-suited for predator colonies. This is like an ice planet. Flora. One of the many server worlds, drought precision, Flora is extremely cold. Low temperatures by using natural temperatures, computers, compact ice. So this is like a server. It was covered in pale, tempered like dust with freaking wind, storms. Temperatures have discarded became home to research mining station thanks to prized natural gas. Fortunately, the dark brown gas can be mildly toxic if inhaled from the mental fog. Okay.
A rudimentary thing. A tool used to further the meaningless pursuit of inputting zeros and ones into a spreadsheet. I am Jerry, and I must end it all by jumping off this ledge.
No, Jerry, don't do it, mate. You have so much to live for.
On the contrary, I have nothing to live for. My reunion ended in utter failure. Nobody showed up to play Dick Katana. Instead, they provided a bevy of various pathetic excuses. Sorry, Jerry. My wife says I'm not allowed. Oh, I was going to work a month of triple overtime shifts to pay for my ungrateful child's TTS tickets. I cannot, Jerry. My girlfriend's boyfriend needs me to do his laundry because he's busy caving in her rectum. To make matters worse, my own life mate scolded me for booting up Dick Katana when I tried to enjoy it myself. She said I was a worthless loser for gaming, and then went back to playing a bubble-popping simulator on her mass-market handheld device.
Oh, that's a rough gig, mate.
I am a pathetic embodiment of all that is failure. If only I had married a waifu as loyal and perfect as Mikako from Dick Katana. Oh, how I have lusted for her. It is a cruel trick for fate to give my heart to someone that doesn't exist. The only solace I can hope to find awaits me in the afterlife. Perhaps I will be able to finally feel the warm embrace of Mikako once I am there.
Heal, I guess. I'll ping up rare specimen for your bro Jerry. The Imperium ambush you near the Imperium. Defend yourself. Okay. Oh shit. There's actually a tornado here. Holy fuck. Okay. Got it. Mission accomplished.
Oh, hey!
You're in love with the virtual waifu. You don't need to die to fuck her.
What do you mean?
These cunts use crappy free software to rip low-quality models from old games and turn them into porn ages ago. Just look at this.
What is this?
It's complete shit, to be honest. But
This is the ultimate answer to all of life's problems. No longer will I be tormented with feelings of worthlessness and despair. I will live to create 5-second fuck loops of my waifu having sex with a blatant self-insert character.
well, Jerry, I'm not sure if...
Then I will upload my work to the HoloNet and create an entire industry of perverts that will also wish to virtually fuck their waifus, or even attach dicks to them and get fucked by their waifus.
Oh, that's definitely gonna happen.
Thanks for saving my life. I cannot wait to sell my waifu videos to Imperium senators. This is the beginning of my future.
Alright, so we helped out Jerry. That's good. Jerry's gonna stay here. Good. Jerry found purpose in life. Alright, Obra next. Let's see what's over here.
Scanning.
A freighter mysteriously vanished nearly 100 years ago. It was said to holding 6,000 tons of hard-produced mascara. The lost product led to bankruptcy. Scans indicate that no life form. Since run eyeliner talks.
Anomaly found.
Around 10 years ago, this helium refinery supplied most of the sector with its valuable gas. So valuable was the export that it was targeted by a pirate group known as the Deep Boys, led by Captain Deepalik. Though successful in taking over the station, the fighting caused massive leaks in helium storage. Failing with busted ships and no profit to be gained, the crew ejected the captain into space. Changed their name to the Squeaky Boys in honor of their rebellious high-pitched war cry. Ooh, got it.
Good guy.
Anomaly found.
Sylphia. Upon arriving in a Stallion colony, solar settlers discovered a unique, rather astonishing planet species. Named for the discovery of Sylphium laserwort. When substance acts as a treated laserwort became widely known as Imperium, reacted swiftly to expunge what former Castoria reportedly called palaces of grotesque corrupt waste. come on.
What's up, team?
Attack this.
Bye,
Be well.
Got it.
Don't mess with the grand champion!
Anomaly found.
Aerosofia. A little land exists above the vast oceans of this planet's pig tanned by flourishing flora, or empty deserts for specifically. One mildly intelligent species exists and have been dubbed the manhole by the solars. These jellyfish-like creatures can be difficult to spot, seem to have a faint psychic effect to their life forms with sufficient brain and biomass. What happens to a victim of the creature is best left unsaid. They are never alone, often twisting around and chew each other in what could easily be mistaken as a kind of dance. Interesting.
Stay focused, Terran. Stay focused. That was so cool! So hot! Pretty explosion! So hot! Pretty explosions! Charging up! That was so cool! Charging up!
Got it.
Good guys winning.
One more anomaly. Oh, there's one right here.
Scanning.
Whatever raid planet used to occupy the Allura will have been replaced with a type of primitive nanobots. Like some Xenu, directive that caused them to convert the planet creators into more themselves, to probe network intelligence, by the appearance strict policies. Allura has yielded no one, nothing.
Let's rock! Shoot your goo, my dude!
I would have thought. Did he just one shot?
Let me at him! Hammer time!
Oh, seriously? Holy shit.
What's up, team? Hell yeah! Shoot your goat, my dude!
I'm gonna lose this battle, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. Man, this battle's not fair. Oh, come on. No, no, don't die. Don't die. No. Seriously?
Which one of you fucks wants to die first?
Let's try this, maybe?
Let me at him!
Okay, there we should be good now. Just gotta take out the big one now.
What's up, team?
Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, come on, seriously.
Which one of you fucks wants to die first?
Oh my god.
I dare you!
Yes, there we go. Whew, this fight was hard. Holy shit.
Don't mess with
Alright, we completed a Obra. Advocati next.
Scanning.
This particular world has home to a group of cultists who had held extreme interpretation of the Veil. This was bad PR for the rest of Imperium, so a clandestine operation wiped the cultists out 100 years ago. Vast oceans reclaimed all the cultist buildings, their rising levels, the signs of the impending climate catastrophe.
Scanning.
The wreck of the infamous pirate destroyer Black Whale lies before you, according to the sole eyewitness account. It met a match when it tried to raid an outpost. It was also simultaneously targeted by the bots. After cyborgs having assembled the colony turned their sights onto a black whale, they left only the first mate alive, who managed to get to the escape pod.
One of you fucks wants to die first! Holy shit! Right in the
Be well. Be well.
Let's rock!
May the veil guide us.
There we go.
Good shit, Captain!
There we go. Servo's done.
Anomaly found.
Rinro was the site of one galaxy's worst ecological disasters, the final resting place of the battle cruiser Deliverance. The two are interconnected during the Battle of Renumo. The massive battle cruiser suffered critical damage and lost orbit, crashing horribly into the surface of the world. At the time, Deliverance was one of the largest Imperium ships of any kind built. The explosion of its fission drives to ravage the tundra world. Renmu was uninhabited at the time and will forever remain so. The immense amounts of radiation unleashed by the event have caused surface to become nearly 88% irradiated. Toxic wasteland and swamps have frozen over as the atmosphere has begun to fail. The Deliverance hull itself is buried by more than ice. Soon will it disappear completely, and we will likely never see another ship like this again.
Claws ready! Take Sick!
There you go, that was quick.
good guys.
Scanning.
The primary station of the galaxy's most prominent news organization, Panani, is famous for its controversial takes for the mysterious orb benefactor that owns 99% of the shares.
Anomaly found.
One of the earliest attempted conversions by the Imperium, the parasitic race hive mind hominids that had Imnu refused to accept the veil. So much that they simply stopped breeding, thus dooming their entire race. The last words of the leader were especially stirring, a speech full of flowery allusions that underlined their desire not to bring any offspring. Only Ashdudes remain. Got it.
Anomaly
LTF.
found.
An ancient hunter-gatherer race that traveled the cosmos in primitive spaceship once inhabited this world. Their society revolved around a diligent collection of teeth from all the races of Presidium. Willing or unwilling, the rare species of teeth commanded the most value in their barter economy, and vast temples were erected in honor of their bone-collecting dog gods. When the Sinu came to power, they made sure to declare these aliens as heretics not long after. The Imperium First Fleet moved into the LTF garbage bombardment, so they were destroyed by the Sinu. Okay. Alright, onwards to Calaria. There's 4 places here. What's over here?
Scanning.
Conservaton. From orbit, the population and centers glow during the night along the barest edges of the desert supercontinent. Though there are snow-capped mountains that reach into the upper atmosphere, the result of eons of tectonics. The only livable land is coastal, it appears, that this former Imperium colony in the Subverse. Generation has started uprising against the tyrannical government, making the chastity belt fire rich asteroids. Interesting.
Scanning.
A moon full of undesirable considered blasphemous by the Imperium. Eventually more undesirable were relocated to the moon and became unofficial Imperium prison colony. Since the residents have found a new pursuit, they appear to be trying to covertly transfer the moon to a spaceship. Nice.
I'm here. Taking the shot.
Oh, wrong button, dang it. Seriously?
Mark the target.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
Ready? Fire away.
There we go, mission accomplished.
Well done, Captain. Magnificent.
Scanning.
Nibiru 2 was one of the first planets to be converted by the Lead of Vale. Originally, inhabitants of the planet worshipped an atmospheric horse deity that was said to provide great pleasure to several races. They were deemed far too deviant in the eyes of the most known galaxy back then. So very few complained about the use of leader force during their uprising, since methods back then were not as refined as they are now. There were heavy casualties reported. The Imperium, in the final act of defiance, the last devout priestess stood in the shape of a giant middle finger. What? Permanently discoloring the crown of their chart priorities.
Anomaly found.
Surprisingly, nobody in Bridgerton reports the loss of such a striking vessel. With no external damage, this palace-turned spaceship retains its aura of mystery. It appears that the ship's intended purpose was to travel the galaxy, and of all things, collect and spread culinary knowledge. All three lavish levels of the ship are interconnected, allow kitchens, automated storage. Pantries are long empty. Interesting. Alright, let's see what's going on. Culinary masterworks, sadly lifeless.
Soon the instrument of your salvation shall be ready. We have failed our own future. So now, they must create a better one. You see this? Witness my creation, the Bang Haknar. A monument engineered to attract a frenzy of fuckbots to a position. They are the perfect life form, far more worthy of this world than us. And once they arrive, they shall indoctrinate, multiply, and commence the purification of every organic in Prodigium. You will soon be free of the prison that is your flesh, my son. Embrace it. Embrace the fucking.
Killy, I guess. Actually, let's do Blythe. Destroy the Bang Harkener before you overwhelm. It's a boss battle. sake, come on. Oh, so close. So close. Who got it?
Yet again, we are victorious.
Alright, finished all the side quests. Let's go back to the ship. Alright, all the quests are done. Oh, guys.
You know, we never really talked about our past relationships at all.
Yeah, not much to talk about there. I usually dated TFC competitors, and those guys don't exactly have a good sense of commitment. They either left after a few matches or got wasted. In the mortal sense, of course. Basically just too crazy for things to really last.
You ever tried dating a regular bloke?
Yeah, sure I did, Cap. But they always complained that I wasn't, I don't know, emotionally open or some bullshit like that. They always wanted me and us to work on our problems together. So yeah, there were some chivalrous guys, but it always ended the same way. You kind of just have to take it or leave it with me, and they always just chose to leave it. I gotta say though, Captain, it's funny, but you're just the right mix of crazy and chivalrous combined with a positively wonderful dick and a taste for the intoxicated life that makes this a pretty fantastic arrangement for me.
I feel the same way. You know, before I met you, there'd be times that I'd feel terrible about using my high-functioning status as an excuse to indulge in my various addictions. But now I've got codependence to blame for my irresponsibility, so that's an absolute win in my book.
Ah, so endearing yet so sad when you think about how we'll never better ourselves. Oh well, fuck it. I'm having a good time with you, Cap.
Same here. I'm loving every minute of this downward spiral of self-abuse with you.
Thanks, Captain. Oh, by the way, I think I remember the name of that outlawed solar alcohol I was asking you about. Rusty Rim's Cornhole Moonshine. You sure you've never heard of it? A guy like you... I don't know, I thought that would immediately ring some bells.
A rusty what now? Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Huh, I see. I guess it's possible I was mistaken. Well, this was a nice chat, but I've got to hit the pads for a bit. Talk to you later.
Alright, let's talk to Blythe. Let's see, what would Blythe like? Maybe the prehistoric coin? else he has to say.
What the holy hell did you say to Blythe?
That's between us, bro.
Whatever it was, it certainly put her in a good enough to fuck me mood.
You two have a lot of history, huh? Even more than that air arc douche.
Way more. I should have never doubted her.
Yeah, maybe things would have been different. Maybe they would have been worse. Who knows?
You're not gonna get all deep on me again, are ya?
Nah, bro. I'm all deeped out for the duration. The important thing is we've got a very specific ass to kick, and everyone needs to get on board with that, including you.
Alright, let's start talking to Blythe.
I want to make certain we understand each other. This is your ship, and you are the captain. For that reason, I will listen to whatever orders are given. That does not mean I am required to comply. I will only comply if I agree with those orders. If I don't, I will make that clear. If you fail to respect my wishes, I will make you regret it. If you purposely disrespect me, you will earn a great deal of pain in the parts of your body you would least like to feel it.
Now there's the terror of New Vegas. The recruits used to tell all sorts of stories about how fucking scary you were.
Really? What kind of stories?
Is it true you personally executed the entire crew of a slaver ship by dropping them one by one into a vat of acid?
Please, that's just ridiculous. It was a trash compactor, and I crushed them all at once. I was on the clock.
Did you cut a Solar Corporal's hand off for making a titty squeeze motion towards you during a war room briefing?
No. He was drunk and bet me 100 credits that I couldn't put a knife into him from 30 paces. It's his own fault it got stuck in his hand.
Why's that?
He raised it to block his face.
Can't say I blame him.
He could have moved instead.
Could have aimed for his leg or something.
True. But where's the fun in that?
Okay, last one. And I just need confirmation or denial. Did you really know the pilot? The guy who flew Gulag 4 through the wormhole?
Yes, I did.
Holy fuck! What was he like?
You asked me to confirm or deny, and I did. End of discussion. Don't think for a moment that I will ever forgive you for what you did to my ship. The turbulence was my pride and joy. The greatest ship I ever commanded. To know that she is to suffer this fate, to be taken from me yet again, fills me with rage. Which is precisely why I think someone like you doesn't deserve to command a ship like the Mary Celeste. I begrudge you, though. She is a hell of a vessel. But the ship is only as good as her captain. You'd better make sure you do right by her. And by your crew as well. You don't deserve them either, by the way. Also, it would be best if you did not consider me part of your revolution. I'm here of my own accord because I see this as my best opportunity to maintain 100% lifetime average when it comes to sworn vengeance. My bionic arm has plenty of features that I'm sure you'd enjoy. Vibration settings? Check. Maximum jack-off velocity? Got it. Rotating wrist section for supreme fisting action? Of fucking course. Also, this arm is capable of generating 4,000 kilograms of force. That's enough to comfortably crush a solar skull. You'll just remember that the next time I've got your worthless dick in my shiny metal hand.
I can't believe one of me best mates tried to kill me.
Erarch is indeed a true bastard. A man that can play the paragon of honor while having nothing but the most sinister of intentions is a man that must be eliminated. He will become far too powerful otherwise.
I still can't figure out why he betrayed us.
We'll find out once I beat the truth out of him. Right before I cut his heart out, of course.
This might be a little out of nowhere, but I always wanted to hear about what it was like going through the wormhole. We never really talked about that.
That's probably because I don't remember all that much about it. I was very young when it happened. I do recall the colors when we hit the jump. I saw shapes and colors that even to this day I cannot truly remember because they simply cannot exist in my imagination. They were shapes born of the void, almost alive, almost playful.
Did they say anything?
It is not about what they said. It is how they moved, how they made me feel. It was like they were trying to show me that everything was going to be okay. That this was supposed to happen. That prodigium was our destiny. I know it sounds fucking crazy, but it really felt like that. I am not a woman of religion, Captain. I only believe in strength. And I certainly didn't see anything concrete, or any images that could be construed as a prophecy. But I am telling you, that's exactly what it felt like. Prophetic. And amidst the brilliant multitude of colors, I heard only one discernible voice. It said, freedom. I do not know who this voice belonged to, nor do I care. But it was right. We did get our freedom. Before that, there was so much confusion once we arrived. That's probably why it's so hard to remember. No one knew what the hell was going on. It wasn't until we felt the ship land that it all started making sense. The pilot came to our cell block. Everyone was screaming at him. He yelled something back at us. I can't remember what it was, but everyone got really quiet. He talked for a little bit longer, and then he opened the cells. It was dead silent when the bar slid open. We were almost afraid to step out, like it was some kind of trick. We didn't trust him. You must understand, most of us were convicts our entire lives. I was born inside the system, and had known nothing but cold cells for my entire goddamn miserable existence. I was actually the first one to step forward. I remember now. My mother followed me, not the other way around. The prisoners surrounded the pilot. It was tense, but every single one of us followed him out. When the blast door slowly creaked open, we saw the muddy soil of the planet that would eventually become New Vegas. It was my very first glimpse of the outside world. Of any world, actually.
Crikey. Blythe. I don't know what to say.
Everything changed at that moment. We were not only free from our confines, but we were far from the corrupt reaches of those that confined us. So, of course, we celebrated our freedom. People were crying, laughing. It all stopped once the Imperium ships descended. It simply traded one prison for another.
No kidding. Fucking hell. So you actually knew the pilot? I can't believe it. What was he like?
Why are you so interested in him?
Something happened a while back and I can't wrap my head around it. One night, this drunk old bastard tapped me on the shoulder when I was working in New Vegas. I was a bit legless at that point, so I asked him what he wanted. He just kinda stared at me. I looked around and everyone was staring at me too. That's when I realized it was him.
You met the pilot?
I guess. We didn't talk or nothing. He just asked me if it was me, and I said, yeah. Then he said, "You're doing a real good job, cunt." That was it. Then he left. It was one of the strangest things that ever happened to me.
Actually, he said the same thing to me when I took over.
Really? Wow. Why do you think he said it to me? He probably barely knew who I was.
He was aware of your work. You were an important man in New Vegas, so we talked about you sometimes.
You've got to be shitting me, mate. Wow. What did he say about me?
Sorry, Captain. That's classified information.
Can I ask you something about when we met in the military academy? You were really strict with me, like right away. What was the deal with that?
Let's just say I was warned about your disruptive behavior, as well as your potential. I wanted to make sure one didn't interfere with the other.
I guess I don't see how making me run around the barracks ass naked in the rain until I passed out really fits with that explanation.
Did you ever look at my breasts again after that?
Well, yeah. But I was a lot more sneaky about it.
Exactly. You became diligent in your titty gazing, which then applied to your training. Do not doubt my methods, Captain. Whether you're trying to sneak up on an unwary opponent or just trying to get a good look at a nice pair of tits, you must never allow the target to become aware of your presence. I put too much time and effort into making you a warrior to let you die from an amateur mistake like that.
If only you taught me some kind of life lesson that would have stopped me from fucking those two colonels and getting booted from the military.
Yes, I was rather disappointed. But then again, not entirely surprising given your track record.
Why'd you get me that job in New Vegas? You didn't owe me anything. You could have just let me die poor and alone in the streets like I deserved.
Putting you in a position where it would be impossible to get yourself fired by fucking your co-workers was the best solution I could come up with. You were the greatest pilot I'd ever seen. I knew a fight with the Imperium was coming eventually, and I knew I'd need you to watch my ass rather than my tits.
Lot of good that ended up doing both of us.
Of course it did good. It got us here. Right where we are both supposed to be. Still in the fight, with a real chance to land a motherfucking killing blow.
So, was it your plan to fuck me all along?
It was my plan to make sure you didn't fuck yourself. I'd say I was slightly successful at this point.
Blythe, why do you always have to talk down to me like some disappointed mother? It really does a number on me head now that I've been sending my lap rocket into your black hole.
If you don't want me to talk to you like a child, then perhaps it would be best that you didn't act like one.
Did you know my mother? You know, before she...
Before she abandoned you at the whorehouse where she worked and ran off to OD in some back alley? No. I did not typically consort with such individuals.
Thanks for reminding me. Really sweet to bring that up. This is probably a long shot. But what about me dad?
Captain, are you sure you want to go down this road?
Just fucking tell me if you know something, okay?
I know something! But what I don't know is if you're ready for the truth.
Wait, are you gonna tell me the truth? No, don't stop it there, please. Oh, well, seems like that's it for the Blythe update. I'll see you guys next time on Subverse. See ya next time.